Hey, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hey, how are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with this inspirational morning talk. Hey, for first-time listeners, I'm on at 8:45 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's Central Time. For the people in the U.S., that's our time here in Texas. You can calculate which time zone you're in. And if you missed that, you can always go on YouTube, get caught up, updating everything, uploading everything in YouTube. So everything that we did is on there now. And I can try to upload this as soon as possible also. But guys, what we're talking about, we still continuing talking and preparing people for an end of year fast. I'm talking about fasting, the importance of it. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning. The importance of doing a fast because it's required of us. Remember, we talk about in Matthew, I think it's in Matthew like 9, somewhere around there, when we talk about the boy who um, had the demon, and he go to Jesus' disciples and they couldn't get it out. And when he took it to Jesus, Jesus cast out the demon, and they asked him what the disciples asked Jesus why we couldn't do it, and he told them, man, this kind require prayer and fasting. Remember, the disciples had never fasted because Jesus said they didn't need to fast while he was still here because he's the power behind fasting anyhow. So he's right here. So they didn't really need to do it. So they could not be successful with that particular demon. So I'm saying certain things that we're dealing with, and that's why our New Year's resolution fails, because certain things that we're dealing with, certain things we want to correct, certain people got some sicknesses, and some people got dealing with all different types of issues, some kind. We need to add prayer and fasting to it. And I was saying that's why a lot of our New Year's resolutions don't be successful. And a week, 2 weeks into the new year, if you're strong, you last about 3 weeks, and then you're gone back. In the same situation or doing the very things that you really want to change. And like I said, you really want to change, but some kind, just regular praying, it's not going to help you. So we're trying to open people's mind to see, because we also talk about in the last one that you've been going to church, and for the new year, you can hear all of these different script people coming up and saying, give this money, the bigger the seed you give, you're going to get your breakthroughs, and the breakthrough seed, and the new year seed, and the crossover seed, and all different types of seed. And the more you give, and the blessing will flow down from bishop to you. Are we trying to get people to understand what's going to give them the real breakthrough, right? The real breakthrough. Last time we deal about giving to the poor. That's going to get you those financial breakthroughs you're looking for. And so today I want to talk about a fast. I want to look at the fast in the Bible, and a fast that can change a whole nation. This nation understand the power of fasting and what it can do, and how it helped them, right? But first of all, fasting is a biblical principle. It's a biblical principle. And when something is a principle, it could use for both good and evil. Because fasting is used by the kingdom of darkness also. If we got time, we could look at one. Remember when Jezebel, Esther did a fast, a 3-day fast, which we could probably talk about the next day. But wicked Queen Jezebel, when she had wanted to help her husband get the plot of land, when the plot to kill the guy so her husband could get the plot of land, King Ahab, she declared a fast also, but her fast was to the devil and not to God. So it's a principle. It's a principle, a biblical principle. So when we fast, we're turned away from the natural and we are seeking supernatural help. We turn away from the natural and we're seeking supernatural, right? And this is a great significance for God. God likes when we humble ourselves, because when we go on a fast, we humbling ourselves and we saying, hey, God, I trust you. I can't do this on my own. I can't do this on my own. I need your help. And when you humble yourself like that, that's where he wants us, right? Because he said he wants us to serve him and him only. And he's a jealous God. And so when you do that, and you said you're taking yourself out of it, you're saying, look, nothing more can help me. I just need your help, right? So when you humble yourself like that and you show the humility, he is going to step in and he's going to help you if you do it right. Now, we got to talk about some things that we got to get into. On one, just off the bat that I mentioned right away, that could prevent you from getting your answers is unforgiveness. But I'm not going to go into that today. Unforgiveness is a big one. That's a barrier to your healing, a barrier to your breakthroughs, a barrier to everything. Okay, remember God said, if you ain't forgive, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not going to even listen to your prayer if you ain't forgiving a man, right? Or a woman or whoever. If you've got unforgiveness in your heart, you need to, really, really work on that and get rid of that unforgiveness. God, forgiveness is not for the other person, it's but for you. But we can go into that today. But I just want to throw this out there that unforgiveness is a serious barrier. And if you're going to be fasting to get any kind of breakthrough, it's not going to happen if you harbor unforgiveness in your heart. So let's look at book of Jonah. Let's look at Jonah 3 and see how this fast, how this nation understand the power of fasting and how it help them. Because remember when Jesus told the disciples, this kind that you're dealing with, this kind regular prayer ain't gonna work. You gotta get some extra help here, right? So Nineveh, the book of Jonah, remember the whole story about Jonah and the teach us how the big fish swallow him, and some people say it's a whale and all that. Anyhow, but God had given him a message to give to Nineveh, and he did not want to go and deliver his message for his own reasons, because he God is a forgiving God and all of that, and it's a good possibility if he deliver this message, these people turn back to God, God will save them. So Jonah did not want to go and give this message because he thinks these people are so wicked, they do not deserve to be saved, they deserve to just be punished. So he did not want to go and give this message to the nation. That's why he tried to go run. When God sent him east, he go west, and that's how he ended up in the fish belly. And God had to humble him in there and say, "Hey, you're going to do what I asked you to do, or this fish can just, digest you." He had him in there, and not until he make up his mind that he's going to go and do what God asked him to do, that's when the fish spit him out on the beach, and that's why I can pick it up from when he going out to give the people the message, right? That's verse 3. That's Jonah 3. So then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. He said, "Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you." So after he come out of the fish belly, God said, go and give him a message to these people. So Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming, 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. That's the message God sent. God said, 40 days, I'm gonna wipe all y'all out, right? The Ninevites believed God. And here what it did. God sent this message with his prophet and said, in 40 days, I'm gonna wipe y'all out. Y'all don't really turn from your wickedness. That's it. 40 days, y'all are done. So here what the people of Nineveh did. The people of the Ninevites believe God. There's a true man of God here. I ain't playing with this. A fast was proclaimed, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth. Sackcloth is the clothes that they put on in the morning, right? So they believed, they said, this is a true man of God, and we know the wickedness we're doing, and the level of wickedness we're doing, if God promised to wipe us out, I mean, this is a great level of wickedness. We are a stench in his sight. We got to do something drastic here. So they decide the one thing that God respects so much that he's going to help you with is if you truly fast and humble yourself to him by fasting. So they said, you know what? We call a fast in this land here right now. So when Jonah warning reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from his throne, took off his royal robe, covered his head with sackcloth, and sat down in the dust. This is the proclamation he issued in Nineveh. So the king said, you know what? I'm no king right now. I'm humbling myself. I'm coming off the throne, taking off my royal robe. Right now, I am no king. Because I got to humble myself to the real king. I got to humble myself to the real king. I ain't no king right now because his word is more bigger than my word. I can't stop his judgment on my city. Even though I'm the king here on earth, I can't stop that. He's the real king. So I got to come off my throne, humble myself as just one of his servants, and ask him for forgiveness, for help, right? So here he did. He said, by the decree of the king and his nobles, he said, do not let people or animal, herds or flocks, taste anything, do not let them eat or drink. So the king even took it further. He said, look, this is so serious. Not even our flocks ain't eating nothing. The goats and sheep, nobody eating nothing. We all got to humble ourselves and fast. Because this type of evil we dealing with that's leading us to do this wickedness, our regular little prayer ain't gonna help. God more mad than just our prayer. So we got to take this a step level. So the king said, look, not only people, but the animals, our flocks, our hordes, all the chickens, sorry, no corn today, you're eating nothing. We are going on this fast, right? He said, let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows, God may yet relent with compassion, turn from his fierce anger so that we will not perish. So the saying, we're going to call this fast. Very, very good morning, Aunt. Good morning. How are you doing? So he said, we're going to call this fast. We giving up. We going to God. We humbling ourselves to him, right? So when God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he relented and did not bring on them the destruction he had threatened. So you see, guys, the power of the fast. This fast changed a whole nation that was wicked, right? This nation that was wicked. They all truly fasted and humbled themselves. Now you might say, that might have happened without the fast, but these people understand the power of what they were doing. They understand what fasting does, and they didn't take in no chances. They said, we got to go and humble ourselves with a fast. That's the one thing God gonna respect. We taking ourselves out of the way. We truly showing him that we are sorry, and we can't do this without you. We need you. We need you. And he saved the whole city from being destroyed, because the earnestly went, and then the destruction will come till about 100 years after this generation wipe out, and the new generation coming to go back to the wickedness. 100 years after this destruction coming there. But I'm saying, guys, so we're going into the new year. Let us start conditioning ourselves, conditioning our minds to really make our plans, the stuff we want to see happen in the new year, right? Some people dealing with some serious sicknesses, some people dealing with financial issues, some people dealing with issues on the job. And, you're dealing with a lot of stuff, and you're praying. I may not see, breakthroughs. You got some habits that you want to break. Some people got addictions they want to break. All of these different stuff. As the one in Matthew said, this kind need more than just praying. And we use it in Daniel. We talk about the book of Daniel, when God first did Daniel, when he went on his 21 days fast and he kneeled down, God sent the angel from the first day, but he was held up by the prince of Persia, and then God had to send Archangel Michael to back up to clear the way, because he fasted, but the message was released. God released the message, but force is more powerful at blocking the message from coming, but the fast can clear the way, right? It's the fast now. It's like let's say you got your pipes clogged up until you put the Drano inside, or liquid plumb or something like that, but the water is seeping slowly. You gotta, when you put the liquid plumb, it flush it out. So it's something like that. Just trying to give practical examples, people understand what fasting it does and why it's important, and he required it of us. You remember when he tell those people, my disciples don't need to fast while I'm here, but when I'm gone, they got to fast. So it's something that believers should be doing, right? So I want to encourage people, if God put this on your heart during the year and you was thinking, playing around with it, this is confirmation that you're on the right track. You don't have to do it in the year. You could do it anytime during the year. But during at the end of the year, I know people has come with all of these messages and try to tell you different things and how you can get your breakthroughs in the year, and give a lot of false doctrines, a lot of teachings out there where it's tell the Christians, once you got God, you say, once you saved, you're all good. You don't got to do nothing. Once you saved and you accept Jesus, he died for the curse for you, and you don't got to do nothing no more. You're good. No. You still got to do some more stuff. You still got, when you get saved, the battle now start. Like I heard someone that used a great example is that you coming to work late, right? You coming to work late, and the people at the job decide to help you out and say, you know what, we want you to come early and give you a car. Now, does the car solve your problem? You get a car. The car could be the answer because you're coming from far and you got to take 3, 4 buses and cause you to be late. They give you a car to help you, but does the car solve your problem? Because you still got to do something. Maybe you don't know how to drive yet. You got to go and learn to drive. You got to figure out, maintenance to the car. You got to put gas in it. So the car itself is good, but it's not all you need. So a lot of things go along with making the car help you. So just like when you get saved, you got the vehicle, but now you got to learn how to use the vehicle properly to get to where you're going, right? So we still got things to do even when we save, but now we got that channel now once we get saved. And we got to put in the work now to get to the destination. All right. So I don't want to go on too long. I'm going to leave that there, guys. But I'm going to keep encouraging folks throughout this month about, the winter fast at the end of the year, setting your course right, making your plans. Because he said if you make your plans, present your plans to him, he can bless it. And so you want to put your plans up to him and give it a little additional help by doing whatever fast God calls you to do. A fast is not nothing you say you got to do a specific amount. You do whatever he called you to do, whatever you can do comfortably, whatever he called you to do, you did. I was planning early this year to go on a 7-day fast, and he said, no. I need you to go on a 21-day fast. And I listened to him, and I went on it. That's me. You might want to do a 7, and he said, oh, you know what, just go on a 3. It might be vice versa. But whatever he lead you to do, you do. When I was on the 21-day fast, and once he led me to do it, it was, I just did juices without the sugar. To try to find them without the sugar, coconut water and that kind of stuff. But we could get into that next time. But you could do whatever he lead you to do. 3-day, 12 hours fast. A 1 day, whatever he lead you to do. You can start practicing. Believers, we need to start doing that. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk again on Friday. Goodbye.